Salvete omnes. Veni Sancte Spiritus, reple tuorum corde fidelium, et tui amoris in eis ignem agende. Amen. Brother Wolfram here. So a bit on the fog of war. That's what we're in the church militant, we the remnant faithful. Number one, there's a lot of Eucharistic miracles that have happened, many in the last couple decades. Most of those, if not almost all of those, in Novus Ordo churches. Of course, that's where they need to believe the most in the real presence, because often that belief is lacking in both the clergy and the laity. But think about it. The infighting, the pointing fingers, the I'm better than thou, the Pharisaic, thank God I'm not like one of them type of attitude is not how life really works, actually. Especially when you're in a war, and we are in a war. The world has never been in a worse state spiritually. Sin, vile, violent, grotesque tidal waves of sin engulf the planet. And the church is at its most corrupt point ever. Only the Arian heresy rivals what's happening, and because of the infiltration to the highest places in the church, and almost all of the hierarchy and many of the clergy, remember La Salette, du Pape Vermelou, things are in utter chaos. Strike the shepherd and the sheep are scattered. That's what's happened, and you can see that in tradition. So what we've got to do is get off our high horses and understand that God is driving all of this. God's permissive will, God's will, is willing all of this to happen. Remember, this is a chastisement. This is the situation we're in is punishment. It's the punishment for what our fathers did in accepting Americanism, go along to get along for so many years, and spreading that great heresy across the planet throughout the church because of America's preeminence and wealth and position in the church since America's inception, basically. As America grew and had more influence, and then finally after World War II, you know the story. Americanism, along with the perversion of American media and culture, spread throughout the planet. But even before that, since the late 1800s into up through the 50s, the spirit of Americanism had permeated American society. And now we're paying the price for that, for not being vigilant, for not fighting back, for not saying no to the world, but trying to meld with it. So it's no surprise that when Vatican II came, it was only the storm that knocked down the already rotting tree that looked strong and marvelous on the outside, but wasn't. Rotted thoroughly through and through because of the mindsets and the lack of a willingness to suffer and be defeated and to be hated and to be scorned and spat upon by the world, by those around us, by those around our fathers. So keep that in mind. This is all prophesied. This is meant to happen, and this is part of the chastisement that we're in. We've got the clergy the prelates and the popes we deserve because of that. Keep that in mind. Get the big perspective. Understand we're in the fog of war. In the fog of war, you don't know really what's going on. You don't know who's on your side and who's not. You often, if you're just a soldier in a foxhole, you don't know what the big guys are deciding, what your leaders are deciding all the way up the chain of command. You don't see the big picture. You just see the lead flying by and smell the cordite and see the smoke, and duck the shrapnel. So anyway, that's my beginning. If I can figure out how to do this stuff better, I may do some more messages. Sancta Michael, Angela, defende-nos in prego. Contra de necutim insidious diaboli estos praesidium impreti Deus supplicis te peccamo tuque conceptitis Satanas quae spiritus malignos qui ad petitionem animarum pervegantes mundo divina virtute et infernum terre.